Okay, let's talk about duty of care, duty of good faith, and the duty of confidentiality, and the duty of prudence, and duty of loyalty, and the duty of disclosure, and the duty of charities and fiduciary duties, and fiduciary and confidential relations. All right. Let's talk about a little bit about the trustees and the fiduciary of this trust. These fiduciaries had an obligation and a duty through the court of law, either federal, state, and it was done unlawfully and an abuse of authority. But I wanted to share the information that I feel that you need to know in regards to this trust. If you don't know by now what a fiduciary duty is, and this is among the people who are in the position of caring for my trust, which has not been taken serious. It has been very cruel and very inhuman in which they have handled this trust, and with the courts, the perjury, the betrayal, and the lies that have been told to the court by several of these trustees that deal with the court. Let me share an overview of something that I feel that you need to understand what your obligation is. And this obligation was for a sole benefactor of this case and of this will inheritance and sum of money. Let me explain what your duties were. If you have not understood what your duties were and respect the person who left this trust, then the only thing I could do is try to help you understand what your duties and purpose was towards the benefactor of this case. For all I know is that you have mistreated this benefactor to the extent of depriving me of important information and not giving me the proper documentation and not giving me the proper information regarding this inheritance and other paperwork that was supposed to be delivered to me several years back. Now we've been on this journey for 3 years. And what do you think I'm going to do? Wait another month, 2 months, 3 months, 3 years? No, that ain't going to happen anymore. What you need to understand is what your duty is. Because what I am overviewing on this trust and this court case and everything is just being done in proper manner, in proper information, and proper professionalism. When someone has a fiduciary duty to someone, the person with the duty must act in a way that will benefit someone else, usually financially, correct? The person who has a fiduciary duty is called the fiduciary, and the person to whom the duty is owed is called the principal or the beneficiary, which is the Empress. If the fiduciary bridges the fiduciary's duties, he or she will need to account for the ill-gotten profit. The beneficiaries are typically entitled to damages. You understand? If your duty is not executed in the proper way or done to better the beneficiary, I am entitled to damages. And that includes the properties, my assets that belong to this trust, and the damages that were done by many of these trustees that worked their way through perjury through the court. On the highest level that I am speaking of now, it's not only of me, it's also of the corporations and the fiduciary duties that you had to implement and transform and inform me of all corporations and business management of every single item, business, financially. You are responsible for reporting this to me in legal form, which was never given or provided to me since the day you guys got a hold of my inheritance. The directors of this corporation is not fulfilling their managed responsibilities. They are charged with certain fiduciary duties. They are in charge with certain duties. And the primary duties are the duty of care and the duty of loyalty.